This segment's being sponsored by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Join us in preserving and protecting Tennessee's wildlife. All right, welcome back everybody. We're going to give you the phone number. You guys can call in with your own questions and comments. Give us a call at 615-737-7767. If you got a question for any of us, we'll certainly try to get you an answer, and if we can't, we'll have you on here in a little while. But while we're waiting on that one, you know, Randall, you were just talking about seeing those deer today, and they don't act like public land deer right now, do they?
No.
They got
something
one thing on their mind.
That's right.
And that's it. So
it's 100%, and we keep saying it about being excited about this weekend. We are.
Yeah, we are. We couldn't be any more excited about it. We've looked forward to it for a long time, and you know, when you have a trip like this one planned, you never know what's going to happen. That's right. You know, it could have been 80 degrees this weekend and raining or something. So we got good weather, and that just makes it that much more exciting. Guys, we got a caller here. Michael, how are you doing tonight? Michael?
Yes, sir.
How are you tonight?
I'm fine. How about you?
Doing great. Thank you for calling.
You're welcome.
What can we help you with tonight?
When's rifle season open up?
It'll be the Saturday before Thanksgiving. Do you know the date on that? I think it would end up being the 23rd, if I'm not mistaken. No, Thanksgiving's on the 28th this year.
All right.
23rd. It'll be the 23rd, I believe. That's going to be the right date. It will be the Saturday before Thanksgiving, and it's that way every year. It's always that way. And muzzleloader will be 3 Saturdays before. There's a lot of confusion on that muzzleloader this year because of the extra Saturday being in the month.
All right.
So one more week and you'll be ready to go.
That's what I'm ready for.
Amen.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah, we get to break ours out this weekend on that quota hunt. We've been ready to do it.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, well, good luck to you. Let us know how you do.
All right, thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.
Charles, how are you doing tonight?
You know what, Brendan, I am doing fantastic. This is Charles Crutchfield. And Brendan, I don't have a question, but I want to call in. And just a couple of comments. I want to tell you, you're doing a fantastic job on the show, keeping us informed.
I appreciate that.
What's going on with this great state of Tennessee. And Randall Haley, I sat there and listened to that opening theme song about 3 or 4 times. It kind of goes on you after a while. So congratulations, buddy, and good luck to both of you this weekend. I hope you kill it better.
I appreciate it very much.
We're pretty simple old people. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for calling. I really do appreciate the kind words. JC, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I got a question I need to ask. We had rabbit hunting today. Man, my brother was, and I noticed where people kill 5 or 6 deer down there. They got what meat you wanted off of them, left them laying. Now, are they supposed to do that?
Well, they're not supposed to not get the meat off of them, but you can technically leave the carcass on the land that you're hunting on. And I've actually heard that suggested before, as far as now that they've got this CWD deal in place, as far as disposing of the deer on the same property you got it from. But now what you're talking about, I know in a lot of cases, because I've seen it myself, is whether it's against the law or not, I don't know, but it's definitely against morals, if you know, as far as people not getting the meat off those deer. If you saw 5 or 6 in the same spot, it's probably not a good thing.
Right.
Did we lose you?
No, I'm still
here.
here.
Okay. Yeah, I like I say, I don't believe it's technically against the law as far as leaving them there, as long as it's on their property, or property they have permission to be on.
Well, it was I think on this government land. Reason I'm saying it, we had our beagle hounds down there, and they got into it.
I got you. I don't think there would be anything to worry about with them. I don't think there would be anything to worry about. We're getting some feedback. I'm sorry, I've got to end that. Sometimes, guys, when you call in, we'll get feedback, and usually it's from where you've got your television turned on, and the sound for whatever reason
Travels.
crosses up and travels. So if you do call in, be sure to turn the volume down on your television as you're doing it. Yeah, you know what he hit on just now. I've seen that
Yeah, bunch.
sometimes over the years, you know, and you hate to ever see that. It's it gives kind of a black eye,
Right.
you know, to everybody else, you know,
Bad
to all the other
taste,
hunters,
yeah.
because we use every
All
bit
of
of
it,
it. Matter of
sure.
fact, you know, you're the guy years and years ago got me into keeping deer ribs.
Yeah.
You know, and then I was ashamed of how many racks of deer ribs I had wasted once I found out how good they were.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, we definitely try to take it and enjoy every bit of it, and share it with our families and friends. I give a lot of it away to guys that work with me, just you name it. You know, a lot of
Anything.
people get to enjoy that,
Yeah.
and we hate to see it wasted. We really do. But I have seen it myself
Right.
plenty of times.
I have too.
And you know, I think part of it, when they have gotten all the meat. Now this is a kind of a different story, but a lot of times too, on some of these government lands and WMAs, we'll find where people have gone and dropped 3 or 4 carcasses where they have removed all the meat. I think sometimes that comes into just not being able to get rid of them much other way.
Right.
And they know, hey, I know this pull off up here, I'll just go dump them there. And you hate to see that, because again, it just looks bad to everybody else as far as that goes. Who do we have on one? Dan, how are you doing tonight?
How you do?
Doing great. How are you?
Good.
What can
I
we
have
do
a
for you tonight?
question.
Sure, go ahead.
Actually, it's y'all's opinion.
Okay, we usually have one of those.
Well, I reckon you would. I have fished Percy Priest Lake for 31 years. And over the years of that, and the floods and things, I have noticed that the lake is kind of filling up. There ain't too much water, and there's a whole lot of boats. Do you think that somewhere or sometime that somebody's going to say that maybe you can't run 200 horses on this lake?
You know, that is something that I've actually talked to a lot of people about, not necessarily in that direct way, but you know, every day when you're driving down the road, you see road construction. They're widening roads, they're adding new roads and all this. Well, we can't widen the lake. We can't, you know, just add to the lake and things like that. And as more and more people are moving into the Nashville area, there's more and more people on Priest and Old Hickory.
I've got a good scenario on this. They're going to close your boat ramps down to where you can't put your fishing boats and your crappie boats and stuff in. They want to make it to where Elm Hill Marina and Four Corners and places like that keep you out.
Yeah.
And then they're going to keep adding slips. If you go over now at Four Corners, they've added another 200 slips.
Yeah.
And they've cleaned off 40 acres of land to get it done.
Yeah.
I mean, and all they're going to do is force you to pay, and they're going to take it away from you, just like they've been doing for years.
Yeah, privatizing
and
them,
nobody can do
basically.
anything about it. You can complain and do whatever you want. Ain't nothing going to happen until somebody stands up and does something.
That's right.
And I
it's-
mean, that's
it's-
just going to happen more and more. And it's next year, it's going to be worse. You go to Center Hill Lake,
Yep.
Dale Hollow, all of them. There's going to have to be a limit per
There.
marina.
Because you already can't. There's places at Center Hill that I've been to through this past year that you couldn't find a spot to park your boat trailer.
That's right.
I mean, you literally, there was people parked in the grass and up and down the medians, and you know, so there's some big ramps down there. I'm not
Shoot,
talking about
huge.
little old, you know, Lamar Hill or
Yep.
something. There's some big spots down there, and they are full to the gills.
Yep.
So yeah, you know, I don't know what the future will bring on that, but I will tell you, I do, in my opinion, think that there's going to be some kind of repercussion come out of it, because at some point there's going to be too many people
Absolutely.
there. There already is.
It's already a
sometimes.
danger right
It
now,
is.
especially in the middle of the summer when you
Yeah.
can look up one stretch of bank and see 60 boats.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I don't think we're beyond maybe one day seeing speed limits out
Right.
there, and some other things
Maybe
like
on
that
during the
enforced.
weekends
Yep.
or something like that, a time frame. But
Don't doubt it at all.
I mean, you got to think how you going to shoot radar on a guy when there's
That's right.
60 boats
Well,
out there.
thank you, fellas.
Yeah. Thank you for calling. Have a great night.
Well, I appreciate y'all's opinion.
Thank you. Have a good night.
And you know,
Raymond, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. On the invasive fish, like in Old Hickory, the tilapia,
Uh huh.
and will they ever become a game fish?
no.
No, I mean they do seem to be doing pretty well over there on Old Hickory, but I don't think
for
you'll
them to
ever.
be a game fish and they put a limit on them. They don't hurt the ecosystem, do they?
Not that I'm aware
Not
of.
that
I mean,
we're
you know,
aware of, but they're more of a bottom feeder. They don't really feed on. They feed on plankton and algae and
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And they're not necessarily don't eat minnows and they don't eat crickets and stuff like that. They will eat night crawlers, but they'll always be a hindrance to the lake as far as being a
But
game
ain't
fish.
they a feed for like their bass and stuff too, though?
Yeah, I mean bass will eat them and stuff, but they reproduce so quick that they about get out of hand, is what happens. But I mean they're good. I mean some people can eat them, some people can't eat them. I mean we've ate them before, and you know the doctor tell you don't eat no more because they're full of bacteria.
Yeah.
And if you just do
Really?
if you do a lot of
I didn't know
research,
that.
yeah, they're loaded with bacteria. They're a filter fish. They clean everything in the lake out.
I believe they're heavy in mercury.
And they're
too, if I'm
heavy
not
in mercury.
mistaken.
You really want to, I mean, a lot of people don't know that in general, but
Yeah,
you think, man, it's in the lake, it's got to be better than being farm raised.
yeah.
But, I mean, there are still full of bacteria, mercury and all that.
They are.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Well,
I mean,
I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
absolutely.
Not a problem. Thank you for calling. Yeah, it's funny. He called about that because we were just talking about that this evening. Those tilapia, and I've eaten some, you know, out of Old Hickory that, you know, they tasted good and they were fine. Matter of fact, you know, it's good fish.
Sure.
But the more I've learned about them, you know, over time, I haven't been so readily to run out there.
They
and-
don't want you to eat a lot of them. They're saying don't just try to, you know, don't eat them 3 days a week, just,
Yeah.
you know, periodically.
Right.
But if you're
But-
somebody like us, we eat fish once or twice a week.
Yeah.
I mean, we're always
Every time I'm at your
Yeah.
place, there's a fish fry running.
yeah, and you know they got it now at the steam plants. You go over the throw net and catch all you want. You know,
Yeah.
it's not against the law to use a throw net to catch the tilapia
right, 'cause it's not a game
It's not a
fish.
game fish.
You know, it's an
Now you
invasive
can't
species
keep anything else in that net, but you know you can only keep the
Yeah. And there's a bunch of them over there.
oh
They're
man,
grouping up right now.
yeah, that cold water is going to start pushing them up in the steam plant. And you know they always say, oh, it's a tropical fish. Mother Nature has a way of adapting,
Yeah,
no matter what it is.
yeah. It
But
does.
I mean, we got a lot to worry about on our river systems here right
We
now.
do. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot between
tilapia and carp
between the
and-
deer diseases and our rivers being with what they are with Asian
Yeah.
carp. We got a lot to clean up.
Yeah, we do. And hitting on cleaning up the trash on our lakes.
Oh,
Dave.
dude, if you, oh
Percy
my
Priest
gosh,
Lakes, man, hunting down there on the banks, there's so much
Knee deep.
trash.
There's-
It's knee deep.
people are taking and going and fishing off the bank, and whatever they bring with them, they leave it there. They leave
Yeah.
the worm boxes, the bags, the cans,
Yep.
everything that they bring is left there.
And it ends up in those woods.
And look, if you look 100 yards up right up the park up there's 10 trash cans.
Yeah.
But they won't pick it up, and that's just 1 or 2 spots. When you fish out of a boat and you're going from bank to bank to bank and look the access points,
Yeah.
it's only where people can access from the bank
Yeah.
that this problem keeps existing.
Yeah. That's
So-
right. And it's worse in some areas than others. Some of it does come from boat traffic, and we're not blaming it all
No.
just on the bank fishermen.
Right.
It washes in from boat traffic, but the point is, whether you're fishing on the bank, fishing in the boat, whatever you're doing, clean your trash
Yes.
up. I mean, get that stuff out of there
And if you're
because
camping on the islands,
it's
take it
just
with you.
piling up.
A lot
you
of
know.
people, they'll camp on the islands and bag their trash up and leave the bags of trash there,
Yeah, like
thinking
the
somebody's
service is gonna come by and
and they
pick it up.
don't. So when the lake comes up, it floats away
Yeah.
and busts open. It's
Off it
gone
goes.
everywhere.
Yep, that's right. Guys, we're going to go over and do this week's tip of the week. This week's tip of the week has been sponsored by Phoenix Custom Quality Rods. You can check them out at phoenixrods.com or give them a call at 562-924-5400. And just a little bit ago, I was mentioning Mr. Jim Brewer. He is the local representative for Phoenix Rods, and you guys can reach him directly at 931-213-1455, and he'll get you taken care of right here in Middle Tennessee. All right, guys, this week's tip, we've already kind of hit on it just a little bit, but I came in tonight just kind of wanting to share a little bit of information with this. But when it comes to these public land draw hunts, what you want to do is, starting in June, somewhere around in that ballpark, start going to tnwildlife.org, check out your TWRA sites, your Fort Campbell site,
Talk to people
your
that's
Land Between the
been,
Lakes
you know.
sites, talk to these places, and start getting yourself prepared to get signed up and get put in for some of these hunts. Now, you're not going to get a tag every year, say somewhere like LBL or something like that, But just put in for them. You'll get preference points, build your way up to them. But there's a lot of great hunts out there. I've been on quite a few myself of the different places, and I haven't even scratched the surface. So again, start doing that in June. Look those up, and you'll find out how to get signed up for these hunts. We're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we'll keep those phone lines open. We'll have some more Southern Wisdom Waters.